First, when it comes to devices, it's important to note here that I'm a preferred Mac user. For no other reason other than I started on one back in the 1990s, and I settled in my comfortable bubble of technological safety and never left. For the most part, the apps and tools I'll share here in this module are both Mac and PC compatible, but I'll make sure to note when this isn't the case. The day I decided to expand my horizons and go digital, it was in a quest to create a high-quality digital image that could be used for sharing, printing, posting on websites, and enlarging without the image pixelating. So I dusted off my trusty old iPad and downloaded my first app. It was called Sketchbook by Autodesk. It seemed to be basic enough for a first-time user. In fact, I liked it so much that eventually I went to the Pro version. This app was available for both iOS and Android users. With my cheap dollar store stylus in hand, I found that it left stray marks across the screen where my hand had touched. Not helpful. In my frustration, someone told me about a stylus called the Jot Flip. Now, this had something called capacitive touch technology. That sounded fancy, so I thought I'd give it a try. It worked much better, but it was still a little inconsistent. Where I touched on the screen was not always where the mark appeared. I practiced holding my hand differently, but again, it just didn't feel natural. I learned later there may have been a setting on the app I was using for wrist and palm protection. I was just unaware of it at the time. It was in the midst of my frustration that provoked me to do something I never thought I'd do. I went out and purchased an Android-based tablet. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy. Some great apps for artists and wrist protection, and I loved the way the S Pen felt in my hand. It made it worth the investment for me. Yes, that's right, judge me all you like, but I crossed the great Mac-PC divide just because of a stylus. I'm ashamed to admit it. Seduced by such a simple yet critical tool. So with my Samsung Galaxy tablet in hand, I decided to shop around and tried a handful of free drawing apps available in the Google Play Store. I happened upon an app called Artflow. It was free for Android, and with my new S Pen, I was able to draw cleanly and with great ease. I was finally on my way to producing and sharing my visuals as digital files. Here are just a few of the images I created with Artflow on my Samsung device. One of the things I liked about this app was I could easily post my visuals on social media accounts. This one was part of a Twitter campaign called Rebrand Teaching. However, I still wanted a higher quality vector image, something that could be resized or zoomed in on without losing the quality. Feeling defeated in my quest to ever find the app that would do this, I resorted to learning a bit more about Photoshop. It seemed the only way to go. This, of course, took numerous steps and lots of hours of trial and failure. There's an app for everything, so why shouldn't this be a one-step process with a simple stroke of my pen on a digital device? I knew it had to be out there, or at least in the making. In the meantime, rumblings of the release of the new iPad Pro wafted in the wind. The iPad Pro came out with this Apple Pencil, which felt like a real pencil, increased pencil-to-surface accuracy, and a 12.9-inch screen. This was the device that would bring me back home again to the comfort of an old friend, the iPad. There was even talk of an app that would create a vector image. It was available on both iOS and Android. This app allowed me to turn my favorite drawing tools into actual vector brushes. I could save the image in multiple file types, or I could send it right to my Photoshop or Illustrator directly from the app, and I could refine and edit the vector paths, making editing easy. My quest was finally over. Well, if a quest is really ever over in the world of technology. So to this day, I'm still using my beloved iPad Pro, and actually have two Apple Pencils. I have to admit, I'm a bit unhappy with having to keep them charged, but still, I'm finding great success with this wonderful yet pricey device and tool. Next time on Picture This, you'll learn some simple digital drawing techniques. No matter what device you are using, a few quick tutorials will change the way you draw digitally.